All right. So now let's discuss about order WebSocket. Now, when it comes to WebSocket, you need to understand what is WebSocket and what is the difference between WebSocket and normal API call. Now, whatever functions we have seen, like if you want to fetch the fund, if you want to fetch historical data, if you want to fetch market depth, if you want to fetch order book data, position, whatever, it's a API call. So you make a call, you make a request to the broker will give you the data. Okay, this is how you get the data. Now, the problem in this step is you cannot do it multiple times. There are some limitation that Fyers has uh, implemented on the user that you cannot make more than few API calls in a second. I don't know what that number is. You can read about the documentation. There should be some number. So each broker has some limit that you cannot make more than these many API calls within a second. So to solve this problem, we introduce the concept of WebSocket. Now in WebSocket, what happens? You continuously get the data from the broker. Okay, you don't need to make API call. Broker will keep sending the data again and again. Okay, now there are two major WebSocket that we use, and these two WebSockets should be available in any broker that you're planning to use. Okay, now there is no guarantee that the broker would be having both the socket, but it should have it. Okay, what are the two types of socket? One is live data socket and one is order socket. Now in Fyers we have both. We have a live data socket where we continuously keep getting data from the server, and we have an order socket where we keep getting update whenever any order is filled. Okay, these two things you need to have in any broker. Okay, so in interactive broker, if you remember, in live data we have two type of socket. Okay, one is like there are multiple socket, but two are very important. One is candle socket and one is tick socket. So in Fyers we don't have any candle socket, we have tick socket. Okay, so this is one very important socket that we use, and the other socket is order socket. Okay, so let me show you how the documentation looks like. So if you go to click on WebSocket, so see they have two things. One is WebSocket, one is order WebSocket. Two socket they have provided. So when I click on WebSocket, so there is an introduction. You can just read about it. So you can see you have a flexibility to subscribe for 200 data subscription simultaneously. So just read about it, you will come to know. So first is order socket. There is a trade socket. There is a position socket. There is a general socket. General will give you all. It will give you order update also. It will give you position update. It will give you trade update. It will give you price alert. Everything it will give you. Then there is market data. Okay, so this socket is responsible to fetch real time data. Then there is market indices update. So I guess for indices they have a different socket. For uh, normal instrument they have a different socket. There is a market depth also. Let's say you want real time market depth data, so you can go for this socket. Then there is something called as light mode. In light mode you get very few information. What are the information you get? You can just scroll down, you see these are the information you get, like name of the symbol and LTP. That's it. If you just need these two information, you go for the light mode. Okay, all right, this is all that we have in socket. I'll just repeat one more time what are the things we have. So there is data, there is order. In data, they have, I guess, three. One is for normal stock, normal data. Then there is for indices data. Then the next one was market depth. So when I say depth means uh, bid ask data. And the last one was light mode. So I was able to see four different sockets. So there are four different sockets that are available. In order, they have again few, like there is position socket, there is order socket, there is also trade socket. Okay, so different type of sockets are also available in orders. Okay, now which is the most important one? If you ask me the most important one, this order is the most important one. Then this normal data is the important one. And you can say light mode also. You can say light mode. And in few situation, market depth is also important. Okay, so these socket we will see right now. Okay, I don't think I would be able to run the indices socket right now because the market is not open. But I should be able to show you these four sockets. Okay. Now, whenever you learn socket, whenever you implement socket, the syntax is a bit different compared to a normal syntax. Okay, so this is what confuses a lot of beginners because the syntax for a socket is a little different. So let's start or a symbol. Okay, let's go here. So I've clicked on market data symbol. I'll just copy this code. Let's make a new file now. Socket data.py. Let's paste it here. I'll remove the stuff. Again, for socket, we need the access token and client ID. Let's copy this, paste it here. This is fine. This is fine. This is also fine. Okay. Okay. So you see, there are a few functions they have provided. There is on message function. There is on error function. There is on close function. There is on open function, which is the most important function is on open. So in on open, they have made data type as symbol update, and they have provided two symbol. So I'm going to change the symbol because the symbol are inactive right now. And they have called the subscribe function, and there is a function keep running. And then this is where they have written access token. So I already have access token here. So I have no need to make it again. Then they created a Fyers object by using data WSC. This is a different library. They have in Fyers version 3, they have a Fyers WebSocket and they have Fyers model. Both of them are different. For socket, they have created a separate class altogether. Okay. Now, if you go here, they have called the Fyers data socket function. In that, they have specified the access token. They have specified the log path. There are a few more things. Okay, not that important. And then they have called the Fyers.connect function. Now, if I run the code, it will not work because of the name of the stock. I need to change it. So first, let me run it and show you how it looks like. If I run the code, you can see it is. Oh, that's interesting. It is still working. Even though the market is closed, it is still giving me the data. But the data would be same, right? So let's change the name of the stock. So right now this future is active, silver commodity future. I'll I'll start a socket for this. Okay, I'll run it again. Now look at the terminal. Now I'll keep getting the data again and again. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. Every second I'm getting the data. Okay, and what data I'm getting? This is the data I'm getting. I'll just copy and show you. Copy this. So see, every second it will keep sending me the data, and the data key value pair will be always same. So this is the key value pair. First is LTP. There is volume traded. There is last traded time. There is exchange feed time. There is bid size. There is ask size. There is bid price. There is ask price. There is last traded quantity. There is total by quantity. There is total sell quantity. There is average traded price. There is low price, high price, low circuit, CKT. I don't know what the CKT is. Let me just check. If I go here, what is this CKT? It is circuit. Okay, it is lower circuit and upper circuit. So right now they don't have any lower circuit, upper circuit. There is open price. There is previous close price. There is type. Now what is this type? If you see, uh, type, there are four type. SN for connection message, SUB for subscribe message, SF for equity and option data. What is this? I have SF. SF means equity and option data message. Okay. Then there is symbol, there is CH, there is CHP. I think CH is change in price and CHP is change in percentage, something like that. So these are all the values that I'm getting when I start a socket. Okay. So when do you get this data? When your data type is symbol update. Okay. And you'll get this data again and again. Now let's say I want volume traded and I want last traded, average trade price. Okay, I want two things, volume traded and average trade price. How will I get this? So these two values you will be getting in on message. Inside on message, you will be getting this. So what I'll do, I'll comment this and I'll write here uh, price is equal to message. So in this message, we have the dictionary. So that entire dictionary is available in the message variable. So what do I want from here? I want volume traded today. So I'll write here message square bracket. Oh no, I don't want this. I need LTP. So I'll take this LTP, copy and paste it here. Okay, I got the price. I want volume also. I'll write vol is equal to message square bracket. Just need to copy volume now. Volume traded today. Paste it. Now I'll print both. Print price, comma, volume. So see, now if I start the socket, you'll only see these two things. LTP is missing in the response. Okay. Now see, this LTP was not there. Now LTP is there. So it is showing me LTP and on LTP and volume. LTP and volume. Okay. So this is how you use symbol data socket. Okay. Now if you go down, there is also data indices. So in data indices, this is again symbol update, but they might have changed something. You can look into it what they have changed in this. Right now the market is not open, otherwise I would have shown you. Let's go to market depth. So when you go to market depth, you need to change this to depth update. Okay. So if I change the symbol date update to depth update, it will be different now. Now I won't be getting these data. So let's comment this and let's uncomment this. Okay. So only thing I changed is this depth update. Okay. Everything else is same. So let's run the code and see what data I get. So this is how the data looks like. Now in depth, we usually only get bid ask. Okay. We don't get anything else. We only get bid ask data in depth. This is how the response looks like. So there is bid price 2, bid price 3, bid price 4. So you can see, I don't need to explain everything. So they just have bid ask, bid ask, bid ask, those things. And if you go to the end, they have type, they have symbol. Okay. Nothing more to explain in this. So I'm not explaining it that much. Okay. Then there is a light mode. I'll show you the light mode. If you go to light mode, you need to write symbol update. I'll copy this. Copy this entire code. And what I should do, let's make a new file. Socket light.py. Paste it here. Let's remove this. Everything will remain the same. Copy this. And you need to copy this symbol. Two things I have changed. I will change the symbol. That's all. I've only changed symbol. Nothing else I have changed. I'll remove this access token. Now, what else they have changed here? There should be some change in this code and this code. What is it? I don't know. Something they have changed. I cannot find it right now. But there should be some difference. Okay. Oh yeah. The difference is this. Light mode is true. And here If you see light mode should be false, light mode is false. So when you write light mode equal to true, it will give you light data. So I'll run the code. Now just look at the data. It is only giving me last traded price, symbol and type. That's it. Okay. So you have two options. Either you can go for light mode or you can go for normal mode. In normal mode, they have two things. One is the depth and one is the data. So in normal data, these are the things you get. Okay. You get volume traded, exchange feed, bid, ask, total by quantity, low price, circuit, you get symbol, you get everything. Clear everyone? Any doubt in the data socket? So these are the data sockets that are available. So I haven't shown you the indices socket. You can explore it by yourself. It is mostly same. Nothing should be different. Now let's move to the order socket. So in order, they have like four things they have provided. One is order, one is trade, one is position, one is general. The most important one is order. Okay. Because what we want, whenever some order is filled, only then we need to do something. Right. So that is why I'm saying this order is important. So let's copy this and let's make a new file. Let's call it socket odd.py. Okay, I'll paste it here. So this is the type of data that you get in return. Let's remove this. Let's remove this. Let's copy this and paste it here. Now you see here we have imported data VS. Here you have imported order WS. So order WS socket is different and data socket is different. Okay, so now this code is specifically for order. So we have on order, we have on error, we have on close, we have on open. And here there are different data type that are available. So either you can write on trade, you can write on order, you can write on position, on general, or you can send this way. Okay, anything you can write. So now if I run the code, nothing should happen. Okay, so I'll just comment this and let's run the code. So if I run the code, nothing will happen because this order socket will only, okay, now it is throwing an error. Now there is one major difference in order socket and data socket. You see, when you run the code, it will throw an error like this. Why? Because in order socket, this access token is not enough. Okay, there is one small change you have to do. I'll do it here itself. You need to make a new variable. Let's call it new access token equal to write f colon. So this will be client ID and this will be access token. So how did I come to know? So if you scroll, if you go to order WebSocket, they have provided you this. So this is how the format of access token should be. It should be app ID colon access token. So I need to write here colon also. So this is what you need to send, new access token. Copy this new access token and I'll send it here. Okay, this is one major change you have to do when you are dealing with order socket. Now if I run the code, it should work. This is successfully subscribed. Now it is working. Now you might not see anything because it's an order socket. Order socket only gives you the data when some new order is placed. So let's try to place some order now. So I'll just do a buy and I'll click on buy command quantity. You see order was failed. Okay, now if I go here, you see it has given me a response here. So any order that I place, whether it's whether the order gets cancelled, whether gets whatever happens with the order, every information you'll get in this socket. Now, how do I know what happened with the order? You need to look at status. Okay, so there is S, there is order. There should be something called a status somewhere. You see status 4 and status 5. This is the most important part, status. So what is status? If you go to documentation again, and if you go to, we need to check status, order socket. So these are the status. So what did I get? I got 4 and 5. So 4 represents transit, 5 represent rejected. Okay, when you see 2, it means it was traded. It means it was filled. So you need to write a code such that it should always take the status equal to 2, 1. I don't need anything else. I need only status equal to 2. Only then I can use the socket. Or if you want to do something else, you can do that also. Okay, so this is how the order socket works. Just like order socket, we have other sockets too. Like there is a position socket, trade socket, or you can start all the socket in the single time. Even that is possible. Okay, so this is all you should know about the socket part. Any doubt in this socket? You can ask me right now if you have any. Okay. All right. So that's it for today. Let me just quickly revise what are the things we have covered today. So today we extensively discussed about the data part. In data, we have seen three things. One is history data, one is market depth, one is quote. Then we discussed about some general function. So general function like how to get order book, how to get position, how to get trade book, how to get holdings, how to get funds. Now, then this order placement I have discussed what are the different types of order. I'll make a video about how to place it in a live market. You can watch that video. Then we have also seen the socket part. In socket, we have seen two things. One is the data socket, one is the order socket. In data socket, there are two things. One is the market depth socket, one is a normal symbol update socket. In symbol update, you get these information. These are all the information you get. In market depth, you get this information. In symbol, okay. In symbol, I haven't pasted it, right? I'll just paste it once. So I'll place another order. Okay, let me start the socket first. This is order. So run the code. If I once it is cancelled, you see this is the type of data you get. Now, where will you get this data? You'll get this data in on order. Inside the on order function, you'll get the data. Okay, this is how the data looks like. Okay. The most important part in this is status. You need to look at status to understand what happened with the order. So these are all the things we have discussed. Okay. Now, whenever we will be having our next session, in that I'll show you how to design a template. Okay. By taking all the things that we have learned, we'll design two few template and you can use those templates to implement any strategy you want. Okay. All right. So that's it for today, everyone. Before I end the session, if anyone has any doubt, you can ask me right now.
Yeah, hi Sunil.
Yeah.
How many strategies we can deploy at single time?
In a single time, one strategy.
Say for example, for Nifty, I will have a different strategy, and for Bank Nifty, I will have a different strategy. If I
Okay.
have to deploy both the strategy live at the live
Yes,
market,
that is also possible.
so what is the maximum number of strategies we can deploy?
Like, see, you can deploy one strategy for one ticker.
Okay.
Okay. I think the limit is 200 for maximum 200 different strategy you can run.
Okay.
Okay.
So the
I'm
strategy
not
will.
100% sure about
Mhm.
Fyers. Okay. Like I need to confirm, but I think I should be able to run at least 10 strategy. I should be able to run.
Okay, but it's possible, right?
I think so. It should be. I'm not
Okay.
100% sure, but I think it should be.
Okay. I mean, just say for example, if I'm using a super trend in Nifty,
Yes.
and in SBI or stock options, I might use moving average,
Yes.
different kind of strategy. So I
Yes.
have to deploy both the things live in the live market.
Yes. So see, I'll tell you what you can do. You can make two files. One file
Mhm.
for that, one file for this, and you can run two files. How do you run two files? See, you open a terminal. Okay, here let's say I want to run this socket. So I'll just run this here. Okay, this socket started here.
Mhm.
Okay, now I want to run this order socket. Now instead of running it here, I'll open a new terminal. So here I'll write Python 3 space socket order.py. So here I started the order socket.
Mhm.
Okay, so you can have multiple terminals running multiple strategies.
Okay.
See, both of them are running. or you can have it in a single file also. Okay. Anyone else has any other doubt? Okay. All right. So I'll end the session. So you'll find the recording on your dashboard, and you'll also find all the files that I've created today.